Alright, hello guys, welcome back to another video from the Emerald Weather Crew, and today we will be talking about the severe weather threat across the plains into the Ohio Valley and Mid-Atlantic states, also some excessive heat across the southeast, and I'll explain how that is happening and how long will it last. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get into this video, and I do hope y'all do enjoy. Okay, so this is what we're seeing about right now. We do have some storms across the Ohio Valley and Mid-Atlantic, but really our main threat is for today, Wednesday, is going to be across Missouri and Oklahoma, and it will move into Indiana and Illinois as we move on, but really Illinois will be hit tonight. Also Missouri, Oklahoma, and parts of Texas will get storms too, but really right now nothing has really got terrible, but that will change throughout the night and the evening. So this late afternoon into this evening, you can see we do start to see some storms fire up across Oklahoma, Missouri, as I was saying. And we do start to see that happen quite a bit. It's a pretty big pattern happening all night. So we will see storms and storms and storms going. But you can see it gets into western Illinois tonight. Also Oklahoma and Missouri. We do start to see this really strong storms to come through. Tornadoes likely, hail is likely, wind is likely. So you have all those. You do have all of the threats tonight. But you can see later tonight, we do start to see some storms across Illinois, Missouri, Oklahoma. But we did start to see some storms across Pennsylvania and parts of southern New York. So we do start to see some fire up there. But really our main threat will still be across this area. Once again, we do see a few lines come through Missouri and Oklahoma. And right here we do have a moderate risk across parts of southeastern Kansas, also into Oklahoma, northeastern Oklahoma into southeastern Missouri. We are seeing a moderate risk, and this is where we'll be seeing most of our severe weather track through and really fire up. Okay, so this is going to be around midnight tonight. You can see we do start to see a lot of storms move into eastern Illinois, Missouri, into Oklahoma still, and we do still see some storms in Pennsylvania just lingering, just staying around there. But really, as we get into tomorrow morning, you can see we do have some storms across Pennsylvania, also into Oklahoma, Kansas, and Oklahoma. But really, it's a little quiet at that time. But really, I do think we'll see more storm coverage across this area and this area than it is saying. But we always can't just rule out it being a little quiet tomorrow morning. But I do expect it to be a little more widespread across those regions that we are seeing it happen. Okay, but you can see this is going to be tomorrow afternoon, early afternoon. You can see we do have some storms across the northern panhandle of Texas into Kansas. Also some rain across the northeast. I still do expect storms across this area that late in the day. I do not agree with this the most, but as you can see, they do start to fire up. But I do think we'll be seeing them pretty much all day. But you can see by middle afternoon to tomorrow evening, we do start to see all the storms fire up across the Ohio Valley, also into the plains. When we go into southern Nebraska, Kansas, and northern Texas, once again we are seeing storms, and pretty much all the way across this region we are seeing storms tomorrow. These will be pretty bad storms, not as bad as today's storms have been, but you can see once we get into tomorrow night, it really does start to fire up across the plains into all the way down into Texas, into Oklahoma, Kansas, Iowa, southeast Nebraska. This is going to be Thursday night into Friday morning. We really do start to see it firing up. And you can see we do have a high pressure across the southeast. This is where we'll be seeing the excessive heat. 90s, 100s are not ruled out. And once again, if you are stuck, it'll be very hot. And if you get stuck in these conditions in the really hot weather, just remember, stay hydrated. Don't be outside for too long without drinking anything. And also just be weather aware of how hot it is. You just check your weather before you go outside to see how you should dress. Dress wisely, definitely. I know some of my friends still wear coats in the 90 degrees. You do not want to do that. You really do not want to see that. But just don't wear coats. That's all I gotta say, because it's gonna be 90s and 100s across the southeast. Okay, so that's why we're seeing that. We have the high pressure across the southeast blocking out any moisture, keeping it pretty warm because we won't have any clouds. We won't have any clouds in the sky so the sun can come through and make it really hot. Okay, but you can see we still do see these storms across the plains. We have excessive heat across the southeast, and we also see rain across the northeast and rain across the upper plains. So you can see we have so much going on, even some mountain snow still happening. So we do have a lot going on. Mountain snow, the upper plains are getting rain, the central and southern plains are getting severe storms. We will see some severe storms across the Ohio Valley, and we have rain across the northeast and excessive heat across the southeast. So you can see we have a lot going on this week to cover, and we even do have a little bit of a tropical system out here that is still going on. It's not really tropical anymore, but it's still affecting Bermuda. So you can see how much we do have going on. We have a lot of points of interest that we have had to cover. You can see how much we've had to deal with this week. Okay, so really bad day, really bad week for weather. It has been very, very intense. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get into late Friday morning. You can see we do start to calm down a little bit, but still some storms across the central plains, southern plains. We do start to see some of this rain move out of the northeast. We will still see some showers, maybe even some thunderstorms, but you can see we do start to calm down Friday night, and not too much happens until late Friday night, and we do maybe even towards midnight. This timing is really weird on this model, so we can't always run by this. This is just showing where you will see it. But we will start to see some severe weather all the way from Texas up to Iowa, Michigan, Kansas. We will start to see some thunderstorms and some severe weather across those regions also on your Friday night, maybe even Saturday. Okay, so now we're going to move on to today's severe outlook. This one is pretty intense. As you can see, it's a PWO. All you really need to know is that means that it's pretty bad. They're taking this a little bit more serious than usual, and that's really what they need to do because this has been pretty bad across a lot of these areas in the plains for the past few days, as a lot of you probably do know. Okay, so you can see we do have a moderate risk. This is pretty bad. This is our second highest. We do have it in the red. You can see it's across some parts of central and southwestern Missouri, southeastern Kansas, also in the northeastern Oklahoma. We see that moderate risk. Our enhanced risk will be in central western Illinois, moving into northeastern Missouri, also moving into central Oklahoma. We are seeing that enhanced risk. That is still pretty bad risk. Anywhere above a slight risk, you should expect widespread. Into your slight risk, that's parts of northern Illinois, also down into parts of regions of Missouri, into south central Oklahoma, also in southeastern Kansas. We are still seeing that. Your marginal risk, we have that across Ohio, very northern parts of Kentucky, also very western parts of Pennsylvania, also eastern Wisconsin, very far northern parts of Illinois, northwestern parts of Indiana, also across central and south central parts of Kansas, moving into northern, also moving into the northern panhandle of Texas, and also a lot of places in this marginal risk. Northwestern Oklahoma, we are seeing that. So we do have a lot going on. Here are your counties. If you do know your county, you kind of know where you are. So I'll give you all a minute to look at that. But you can see right there, that's what we're seeing. And also cities, if you know which city you are in or near to, there you go with that. But you can see our tornado threat is a 15% chance. That is still pretty high with tornadoes. Not as high as it has been the past few days. I think Monday it was a 45%, but we saw 28 tornadoes in. And yesterday it wasn't as big, and we saw 38 tornadoes, so can't rule out. But our wind threat is mostly across Missouri and central western Illinois, and our hail threat is a 45% chance across that moderate risk area right there. Okay, so now we're going to go to the day 2 outlook, and you can see this is a little bit more widespread into other regions. But you can see right here we do have this enhanced risk across the northern panhandle of Texas, also into south central parts of Kansas, Also in northwestern Oklahoma. And we also do have an enhanced risk across southern Pennsylvania and parts of northern Maryland. Next, we'll move on to our slight risk. That is going to be northeastern Kansas, also moving into other regions of northern Texas in these regions. And you can also see we do have it across central and eastern parts of Ohio, moving into northern West Virginia, northern Virginia, also moving into upstate New York and western New York. We are seeing that slight risk. Also, even parts of New Jersey, we are also seeing that slight risk. Our marginal risk is more widespread across very eastern parts of New York, moving into Kentucky, southern West Virginia, and southern Virginia, moving into your Missouri area, central and southern Indiana, Illinois, moving into regions of Texas, where I circled. We are seeing that too. We are seeing a marginal risk. This is pretty widespread. It even goes up into Nebraska and Iowa. Tongue twister there. But you can see that's what we're seeing. And we do even have the counties. If you know where your county is, you can see where you are in this. And also the cities, surrounding cities, what we'll see there. Pittsburgh, you are really in the enhanced, could be in it bad. Also Amarillo and Liberal, we could be in it pretty bad too. Wichita, you also could. Those are some big cities that could be in the worst threat for tomorrow. Okay, we're going to move on to your day 3 outlook. This is going to be your Friday. You can see we do have our highest risk is a slight risk. As I was saying, it's not as high as all of them. This is not going to be as bad. But northern Illinois, this will be in northern Illinois, southeastern Iowa, northern Missouri, eastern Kansas, we will be seeing our slight risk. Your marginal risk is going to be across central and parts of western central parts of Texas, the northern panhandle, also into central and western Oklahoma. We are going to be seeing that marginal risk. Everywhere else in your lightest green, that's just regular thunderstorms, maybe a little bit of severe if you're right next to the marginal risk, but other than that, nothing too bad in the lightest green. But yeah, guys, I hope y'all did enjoy this video. Thank you so much for watching. This is, of course, the end of the video. We did cover a lot today. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We will see you in the next one this Friday. Bye, guys.